Welcome back to Statistics Made Simple, and I am Savita Balsang. In this video, Solutions Part 1 to Random Variables, I'll prove some important results and also solve some problems. Problem 1, which has 6 results, are very important, and each of these results are based either on expectations or variance of a random variable, and the results are important to remember. Let's start with problem 1. If A and B are two constants, then prove that first subdivision E of A is equal to A. That means expectation of a constant is a constant itself. Second subdivision E of AX is equal to AE of X. Third result is E of AX plus B is equal to AE of X plus B. Fourth result, variance of a constant is 0. That is, V of A is equal to 0. The next result is V of AX is equal to A square V of X. And the sixth result is variance of AX plus B is equal to A square V of X. Now, before we prove the results, remember that next to E and next to V, the random variable x should be in capital letters. When we say that A and B are two constants, it means that A and B can be any positive number or it can be any negative number, and they can be in small letters. Only the random variable x should be in capital letters. And remember that only after the summation sign in the formula, whatever appears, they are in terms of small letters. Starting with the solution, let us first list down all the information that is required to prove the 6 results. So start by saying let x be a discrete random variable. Now the word discrete is very important because only if the random variable is discrete, then the probability associated with it is called as the probability mass function, which is denoted by P of x. But if it is a continuous random variable, the probability associated with it will be a probability density function, which is PDF. So it's very important to be very specific right in the beginning. So again, I repeat, let x be a discrete random variable with P of x as its PMF. Let A and B be two constants. Now, since the 6 results are based on expectations and variances, we will list down some of the formulae which you should not forget, and it will help us to prove the results. So first I will write down E of x formula. So E stands for expectation of the random variable. So consider E of x. You know that the formula is summation over x, x p of x. So observe now very carefully that after the summation we have only alphabets in small letters. Then we also know another important condition, that is the sum of the probabilities is always equal to 1. So summation over x p of x is equal to 1. Prove the last 3 results, we need the variance of x formula, and I'll be using the first formula for variance of x which I had explained in my previous video. So I'll consider v of x is equal to e of x minus e of x the whole square. So please don't forget these formulae. Only with the help of these we'll be able to prove the results. Any of these 6 results can be asked as a 2 marker. Now, though the results look complicated, if you practice and understand the basic concepts, then they are very easy to solve. But they need repeated practice to get the final result. So let's start with the proof of the first result. We have to prove that E of A is equal to A. For this, we have to make use of E of x formula, which is summation over x, x p of x. So now instead of small x, what we have is a. So start with the left hand side of the result. So consider e of a. So using e of x formula, this will be equal to summation over x. Instead of x p of x, it will be a into p of x. P of x will not change. P of x is a probability mass function. It will always remain the same. So in E of x formula, all you have to do is replace x by a. So the starting step is consider E of a is equal to summation over x a p of x. Now a, I already mentioned, is a number. So it doesn't depend on the summation which is over the x values. So a is a constant and hence it can be removed outside the summation sign. So in the next step, we get equal to a into summation over x p of x. But what do we know? We know that summation over x p of x is 1. So the next step, you get equal to a into 1. So the first result is e of a is equal to a. That means expectation of any constant will be the constant itself. So for example, e of 7 will be 7, e of 25 will be 25, e of minus 50 will be minus 50, e of 0 will be 0. So remember that the expectation of a constant is a constant itself. Second subdivision. Now we have to prove that e of ax is equal to a e of x. So start with the left hand side of the result and make use of e of x formula. Now in e of x formula, instead of x, now we have ax. So consider e of ax. This is equal to summation over x. Remember that after the summation, you will have everything in small letters. So it is ax into p of x. Now here again, a is a constant and it doesn't depend on the summation over x and it can be removed outside the summation sign. So you'll get a into summation over x, x p of x, which is equal to a. Now what is summation over x, x p of x? It is nothing but expectation of x, which is e of x. So you'll get a e of x. Therefore, e of ax is equal to a e of x. These results I'll be using in the next couple of problems. Now let's move on to the third subdivision. That is, we have to show that e ax plus b is equal to a e of x plus b. So again, we are going to make use of e of x formula. Now instead of e of x, we will have e of ax plus b. So after the summation sign, wherever we have small x, we have to replace it by ax plus b. But p of x will remain unchanged because it is the probability mass function. So start with consider e of ax plus b. This is equal to summation over x ax plus b. Because there are two terms, use a bracket now, into p of x. So in the next step, what we have to do is first within the round brackets, you have take the first term, that is ax, and then multiply it with p of x. Then put the plus sign and then you will have b, which is multiplied by p of x. And then you have to take the summation over x for both the terms within the round brackets. So on doing that, what you will get in the next step is summation over x ax p of x plus summation over x b p of x. So please observe the steps very carefully, practice it on your own so that you will remember how to get the final answer. That is equal to, now in the first part, you will see that a is a constant. So remove it outside the summation. So you'll get a into summation over x, x p of x plus In the second term, b is a constant, so remove it outside the summation. So you'll get b into summation over x p of x. So this is equal to a. Summation over x p of x is nothing but e of x plus b into, you know that summation over x p of x is 1. So on simplification, you will get e of ax plus b is equal to a e of x plus b. The fourth, fifth and sixth result are based on the variance of a random variable, and hence I'll be using the formula of the variance, that is v of x is equal to e of x minus e of x the whole square. So let's start with the fourth result. We have to prove that v of a is equal to 0. That means variance of any constant is equal to 0. So start with the left hand side of the result. So consider v of a. Now you're using v of x formula. So in v of x formula, wherever you have capital X, you have to replace it by the constant a. So you'll get e of a minus e of a the whole square, which is equal to e of a minus. Now we already proved that e of a is equal to a. So you'll get this step now as e of a minus a the whole square. A minus a will get cancelled. So you'll get e of 0 square, and 0 when you square it again it will be 0. So e of 0, 0 is what? It's a constant. So expectation of any constant is a constant itself. So finally you will get v of a is equal to 0. Fifth result, we have to prove that v of ax is equal to a square v of x. So again start with the left hand side of the result. Consider v of ax. So in v of x formula, wherever you have x, replace it by ax, and so we get equal to e of ax minus e a of x the whole square. Please observe very carefully the use of the square brackets and the round brackets. This is equal to e of ax minus, we have learnt already that e of ax is a e of x. Use that result here. So you'll get a e of x the whole square. Now what we do in the next step is you have to remove a common from the first term and from the second term. So you'll get equal to e into a, and within round brackets you will have x minus e of x the whole square. Now a has to be squared and x minus e of x also will be squared. So the next step you will get e of a squared into x minus e of x the whole square. Now you know that a square is a constant. Like a is any number. Suppose it is 5. It is like 5 square, and 5 square is 25. So you can remove it outside the expectation. Okay, so in the next step you get a square into what remains is e of x minus e of x the whole square. And what is e of x minus e of x the whole square? It is nothing but the variance of x. So the next step is v of ax is equal to a square v of x. So practice this fifth result. It will help you to solve the sixth result very easily. So the last result, we have to prove now v of ax plus b is also a square v of x. So the sixth result you can start. Consider v of ax plus b, and you know that you have to make use of v of x formula, and wherever you have x you have to replace it by ax plus b. So you'll get e of ax plus b minus e of ax plus b the whole square, which is equal to e of ax plus b. Now take the negative sign inside and make use of the third result which we know. So you'll get minus a e of x minus b the whole square. Then you see that plus b and minus b will get cancelled. and what remains is only e of ax minus ae of x. Now using similar steps like we used for result 5, you have to take out a common. So the next step will be e of a into x minus e of x the whole square. Now square each of the terms which are there within the square brackets. So you'll get expectation of a square into x minus e of x the whole square, which is equal to a square is a constant, so remove outside the expectation. It is a square into e of x minus e of x the whole square. And we know that e of x minus e of x the whole square is nothing but v of x. Therefore, v of ax plus b is equal to a square v of x. So again, I summarize the 6 results. The first one is e of a is equal to a. Then we have e of ax is equal to a e of x. Then e of ax plus b is a e of x plus b. Then v of a is equal to 0. V of ax is a square v of x. And v of ax plus b is also a square v of x. Problem 2. If x is a random variate and if a and b are two constants, then find first subdivision e of x divided by a, second subdivision e of a minus b, and third subdivision e of minus x. Solutions start with the first one. Consider e of x divided by a. So this is equal to, it has to be rewritten, and this is of the form e of ax. We know that e of ax is a e of x. Okay, so now e of x by a should be written as e of 1 by a into x. So when we write it in this form, that is e of 1 by a into x, this is similar to e of ax, for which the result is a e of x. So therefore, e of x by a is equal to 1 by a e of x. So you're using result 2 to get this answer. Second subdivision, we have to find out e of a minus b. So remember that a and b are constants. So they are two numbers. Suppose a is 5 and b is 2. So a minus b is 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So what will expectation of 3 be? It will be 3 itself. So this result is very direct. So consider e of a minus b. So using the first result, that is e of a is equal to a, we get e of a minus b as a minus b. Third result, consider e of minus x. So e of minus x should be rewritten in the format e of minus 1x. So when you rewrite minus x as minus 1x, then it is of the form e of ax, and hence you can make use of the second result. So making use of the second result now, our a is nothing but minus 1. So you will get minus 1 into e of x. Therefore, e of minus x is equal to minus e of x. Problem 3. For the following probability distribution, find expectation of 3x plus 5, expectation of x square minus 5, variance of x, variance of 2x, variance of 4x minus 3, variance of minus x, variance of minus 5x plus 2, SD of x, and SD of 2x. The probability distribution is given in the form, the first row has x values 10, 12, and the probabilities are p of x, that is 0.8 and 0.2. Here again I would like to mention that next to expectation, next to variance, and next to standard deviation, the alphabet x will always be in capital letters because it is a random variable. Whereas in the table, we have small x and p of x. Small x stands for the values of the random variable. Now, this particular problem will cover almost the 6 results which we have learnt. Okay, so practice this problem several times so that you will remember how to use all the results. So, starting with the solution, let us write down all the formulae which are required. So, first we need expectation of x, which is summation over x, x p of x. Then we also know that summation over x, p of x is equal to 1. That is, the sum of the probabilities is always equal to 1. Then V of x formula, that is variance of a random variable, is given by E of x square minus E of x the whole square. So here if you observe, I am using the simplified form of the variance formula. And E of x square formula is summation over x, x square p of x. Now this particular formula is very easy to remember. So whatever comes after the expectation, the same comes after the summation sign in small letters, and then you have the probability mass function which is p of x. So E of x square is equal to, write summation over x and whatever is there next to E. So next to E we have capital X square. So now write this after the summation in terms of small letters. So you have small x square p of x. This is the way you remember the formula for E of x square. Now even for E of x, you can remember it in the same way. So E of x is equal to, first write summation over x. Now next to E you have capital X. So after the summation you will have small x and p of x. So remember all these important formulae which will help us to find out all the expectations and variances and standard deviations which are asked in the problem. Along with these formulae, also remember the 6 results. What are the 6 results? The first one is E of A is equal to A. Then E of AX is A E of X. Then you have E of AX plus B is A E of X plus B. Then we have V of A is equal to 0. V of AX is A square V of X. And V of AX plus B is A square V of X. Keep in mind that whenever we have to calculate the expectation of a random variable or the variance of a random variable, we will require 2 more rows in the table. So the probability distribution means the x values and the p of x values will be given. So now the first step is you check whether the sum of the probabilities is equal to 1. Then you know that for E of x, we need summation x p of x. So the third row you have to find out is x p of x. And suppose in the problem they have also asked the variance, then we will require the fourth row which is x square p of x. So all the calculations which have to be done, I have highlighted in pink color. So the first step is you consider the given probability distribution. So write down the table which was given. The x values are 10 and 12 and p of x is 0.8 and 0.2. Now find out summation p of x. So when you add 0.8 and 0.2, you get it as 1. Next step is find out x p of x. So all you have to do is multiply the x row values with the p of x values. So 10 into 0.8 is 8 and 12 into 0.2 is 2.4. Now add 8 and 2.4 and this gives us summation x p of x which is equal to 10.4. Now the fourth row. Now when I have to find out x square p of x, what you have to do is you have to multiply the x row values with the x p of x values. Then we will get x square p of x. So this I have highlighted in the blue color box. So let us do the calculations for the fourth row which is x square p of x. So remember, what should you do? You should multiply the x value with the corresponding x p of x value. So it is 10 into 8 is 80, 12 into 2.4 is 28.8. Then calculate summation x square p of x. So add 80 and 28.8, so you'll get 108.8. Now let us find out first what is e of x, e of x square and v of x. Then we will find out all the expectations, variances and standard deviations which are asked in the question. So first write the formula. Consider e of x, which is equal to summation over x, x p of x. Now you don't have to do any more calculations. You directly write the value from the table. That is the third row. So therefore e of x is equal to 10.4. Next write the formula for v of x. So consider v of x is equal to e of x square minus e of x the whole square, where it's important to write e of x square formula, which is equal to summation over x, x square p of x. This we can get it from the fourth row in the above table, which is equal to 108.8. Now substituting in v of x, we get 108.8 minus 10.4 the whole square, which is equal to 108.8 minus 108.16. Therefore, v of x is equal to 0.64. I will now find out whatever is asked in the problem. So first subdivision, consider e of 3x plus 5. So I have given the hint on the right hand side of the slide. We know the formula e of ax plus b is a e of x plus b. So applying that result here, we get equal to 3 into e of x plus 5. Now substitute for e of x, so it's equal to 3 into 10.4 plus 5, which is equal to 31.2 plus 5. Therefore, you'll get 3x plus 5 is equal to 36.2. Second subdivision, consider e of 2x square minus 5. So this is very similar to e of ax plus b. Now instead of x, we have x square, and instead of the plus sign, we have the negative sign. So the hint is e of ax square minus b is equal to a e of x square minus b. So you get equal to 2 e of x square minus 5, which is equal to 2 into 108.8 minus 5, which is equal to 217.6 minus 5. Therefore, e of 2x square minus 5 is equal to 212.6. In the third subdivision, we have to just write down v of x, which we have already calculated, that is equal to 0.64. Subdivision D. Consider v of 2x. The hint is v of ax is a square v of x. This is the fourth result which we had learnt. So apply that here. You will get equal to 2 square v of x, which is equal to 4 into v of x, which is 4 into 0.64. Therefore, v of 2x is equal to 2.56. The next is consider v of 4x minus 3. The hint which we are going to use is v of ax minus b is a square v of x. We had learned v of ax plus b is a square v of x, but even v of ax minus b will still be a square v of x. Apply that result here. So you'll get 4 square v of x, which is 16 into variance of x, which is 16 into 0.64. Therefore, v of 4x minus 3 is equal to 10.24. The next result, consider v of minus x. Now, this is very similar to v of minus ax, which is equal to a square v of x. But the most important step is whenever you have v of minus x, you have to remember to write it in the format v of minus 1x, Only then you can use the hint which is given at the side. So this is equal to minus 1 square v of x, which is equal to 1 into v of x, which is 1 into 0.4. Therefore, v of minus x is 0.64. The next result, consider v of minus 5x plus 2. The hint is v of minus ax plus b is equal to a square v of x. Again, this is very similar to v of ax plus b is equal to a square v of x. Instead of a, we have minus a, but the result still holds good. Apply that here. So you'll get equal to minus 5 square v of x, which is equal to 25 into v of x, which is 25 into 0.64. Therefore, v of minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 16. The next result is consider SD of x, which is equal to root variance of x, which is equal to root of 0.64. Therefore, SD of x is equal to 0.8. The last result, consider SD of 2x. This will be equal to root of variance of 2x, and root of variance of 2x is equal to root of 2.56. Therefore, SD of 2x is equal to 1.6. Problem 4. If variance of x is equal to 4, find variance of minus x, variance of 2x, variance of 3x minus 5, SD of x, and variance of 7. So let's start with the first subdivision. Consider variance of minus x. So write this as variance of minus 1x and use the hint given at the side. This is equal to minus 1 square v of x, which is 1 into v of x, or 1 into 4. Therefore, variance of minus x is equal to 4. Second subdivision, consider variance of 2x. Using the hint, you get 2 square v of x, which is equal to 4 into variance of x, which is equal to 4 into 4. Therefore, variance of 2x is equal to 16. Third subdivision, consider variance of 3x minus 5. Again, use the hint given at the side. So you get 3 square v of x, which is 9 into v of x, which is equal to 9 into 4. Therefore, variance of 3x minus 5 is equal to 36. The next subdivision, consider SD of x, which is equal to root variance of x, which is equal to root 4. Therefore, SD of x is equal to 2. The last subdivision, consider variance of 7. Now using the hint, that is variance of any constant is always 0. That is v of a is equal to 0. That means variance of 7 is 0. Therefore, v of 7 is equal to 0. In this video, I have explained 6 very important results on expectation and variances. Please practice all these results and know them thoroughly. It will help you to solve the problems very easily. Also, practice the third problem as it covers the different possibilities on expectation and variances and also standard deviation. Thank you all for watching and look out for my next video where I'll continue to solve many more problems on random variables.